That's not correct.
And I don't belong. Just the way I look there, I don't belong there, right?
People don't park right there on somebody's front lawn that don't live here. You understand that, right?
I don't answer questions, sir.
So
you keep asking questions that
I... questions.
Okay, I'm just asking questions.
And I'm not going to answer anymore.
Okay.
Unless I'm being suspected of a crime or under arrest, I'm not going to answer any questions.
Did they tell you to leave?
No, that's not how that works.
Listen to me.
No, I'm not going to listen to you. You're dismissed.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Crime I've committed, I'm obligated.
You haven't committed a crime.
Then I'm not obligated to ID.
Why are you taking pictures and stuff? You're making people feel uneasy. See what I'm saying? When we get called to something, we got to serve and protect the people, right? So when they call us...
Today's clip proves one simple rule: you never have to answer police questions unless you're suspected of a crime. Watch a savvy citizen calmly refuse to ID himself on private land, then school a tyrant sergeant and his sidekicks, exposing how blind compliance lets cops detain you unlawfully.
Nothing?
You know the people that own this property?
I don't answer questions.
Huh?
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions?
No, sir.
All right, I'm Officer T with the Hardyville Police Department.
Nice to meet you.
I just want to let you know I'm out with you, okay? It's just because you're in this property.
Okay.
Okay. Just checking to see if you know the people that own this place.
Okay.
We've had people drive through the yard and cause some damage.
I understand.
That's it. So if you don't know them and you're not supposed to be here, then you need to leave the property. Okay? Is that fair?
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions?
No,
I'll tell
sir.
you what, you got your driver's license on you?
For what, sir?
Because I'm getting out with you because you're on property that doesn't belong to you.
How do you know this, sir?
Because you won't answer my questions, so now I want to identify you to find out.
Can I talk to your supervisor?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, that's perfect. 514, Tango 2. Can you 25 me up here? Again, I've already explained why I got out with you.
And I'm cool with that.
Okay.
I'm just you getting my information is what I'm not cool with. I'll talk to your supervisor. He's here.
That's fine. So he's on property that he doesn't own. I go to get out with him. He pulls through the yard to come out here. So then I drive around, block him off. He immediately doesn't want to identify himself, doesn't want to tell me why he's here. So now he only wants to speak to a supervisor. So that would be you because I don't have a supervisor.
Yeah. What's up?
I don't know. I was at the little part right of the concrete. He pulled behind me. I saw he was reading my... He was...
The concrete right here?
Right here where the little shadow is.
Yeah.
I was there and he pulled behind me, started checking my plates.
Yeah.
So he's...
Do you live here?
I don't answer questions.
So that's what I got.
So when I was...
I believe you were difficult the last time we talked to you at the park.
I didn't... Did I speak with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is obviously because you were on lunch break, correct? Are you on lunch break today?
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions.
No,
okay.
sir.
So you're driving in this state though, and you're on property that is not yours. You understand that, right?
I don't answer questions, sir.
Do you understand that?
I don't answer questions.
Okay.
That's a question. I don't answer questions.
So listen, man, you're making this more difficult than it needs to be. You understand that, right?
I don't answer questions.
You understand what I'm saying?
I don't answer questions.
So this is what I got.
You do realize that, like, you acting like this is not helping the situation.
I understand. I'll answer that question. I understand that.
You understand that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what is the reason for being difficult? Please tell me.
I don't answer questions, but let me ask you a question. Am I being detained right now?
What's that?
Am I being detained right now?
Yes, you are.
For what reason, sir?
For what reason?
Yes.
You're on private property that is not yours.
How do you know this?
What's that?
How do you know this?
This vehicle does not return to here. You will not provide any information that say this property is yours. We patrol this area every single day. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And your car has never been here. And you don't live in that trailer. You understand the police department is a block down the street, right?
I'll answer that question.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so if you can tell me that you're here visiting a friend and we can verify that, we'll be out of here.
I don't answer questions, sir.
But
so if I don't
answer
none of your questions, what's gonna happen to me at this point?
What do you mean?
What's gonna happen? Because I'm missing my lunch break because he told me that I was being detained. After I was being detained, I told him I'll speak to a supervisor.
Yeah.
So I
So are
want to
you
know
going
when
to speak with me? Or are you going to play these games? Because I'm all with being a grown adult in this situation, okay? And I understand your rights and all that, okay? All right?
Am I required to answer your questions?
You are at this point because he is out with you, okay?
So
as
what-
a suspicious vehicle on private property.
Okay.
So at this point,
He has to
okay, all we
investigate.
need is reasonable suspicion. You understand that, correct?
Suspicion of what?
What's that?
Suspicion of what?
That any type of criminal activity may be afoot.
Like what,
All right,
sir?
being able to invest until our investigation or our suspicion is dispelled, we can ask you questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I
You
have to
understand
answer
that?
them?
What's that?
Do I have to answer your questions?
You have the right to remain silent in anything you want
Then
to
I'll
do.
remain
okay?
silent, sir.
I'm not-
Until you're done with your investigation, I'll be all.
However, what you're leading us to, and this is completely unnecessary. Okay.
So if I'm not doing anything wrong,
Listen,
I'm supposed to prove to you that I'm not doing nothing wrong? Is that how it works? I'm asking a question to you that you're a supervisor.
Okay, so, yeah. All right. So let me explain it to you one more time. Okay. You're on property that does not belong to you. Correct. Yes. Because you don't answer questions. But that is correct. 100% truth at this point. An officer sees that you're here, goes out with your vehicle, and sees that the vehicle is occupied by one individual, which is you.
Yes.
That's truth. Okay. So from that point, what are you doing here, sir? Do you live here? No,
I don't answer questions.
Okay.
And that's what I told him.
So do you understand what our job is?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Investigate
So
away.
if you're not where
I'm
you're
not
supposed to
stopping
be,
you.
go knock on their door.
He would tell me. Now, let's say this.
Listen,
If I would have answered all your questions,
we would be done.
okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So what's
Like,
the
you're
difference?
making this more
so
difficult.
what's the difference? If I would answer your
Because
question,
listen. A reasonable person would answer those questions.
Okay.
Okay? And they would understand that when a law enforcement officer stops you in a vehicle, that you're required to identify yourself at that point.
Okay,
Okay?
I'll make sure with the chief if that's correct, because that's why I'm recording this.
That's fine.
because
We're recording
then,
too.
Then I'll take it up a little higher and find out if if everything that you guys have done from the moment that I started recording was correct. We'll find out, because
That's
I know I'm not doing nothing wrong.
You're absolutely doing something wrong by not identifying yourself at this point.
Have I committed a crime?
What's that?
Have I committed a crime?
Have you committed a crime?
Yes.
As far as what? Trespassing?
Trespassing.
Yes, you have.
So
You have committed
so the
a
law for trespassing, don't I have to be told to leave in order for me to be trespassed?
What's that?
Don't I have to be told to leave a place in order to be trespassed?
You could be. Yes. All right. But if it's posted, no. Or if the resident calls and says there's somebody here and I don't want him here,
Did someone
we can
call?
come make contact with you
Did someone call?
and
I
identify
wanna
you.
know.
No one
Okay.
called. So that's why.
So okay.
So
in
again,
that time,
if you have an issue with the way things
So-
are being handled, I have no problem with talking
and I
to
do,
you.
and that's why I'm recording this, because I have my reasons. Now I'm gonna let you do your job. I'm not stopping you from doing that.
No,
is
what
that
you're-
true?
What you're doing right
Because
now?
look,
listen,
don't
I'm
I
gonna
have the right to remain silent?
You always have the right to remain silent.
If you haven't told me I committed a crime,
Do you have a driver's license?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, so see, here we go. So you expect us to let you drive off?
What have I done wrong?
I've already told you that.
What?
You're on property that does not belong to you.
How
correct?
do you know that?
What's that?
How do you know that?
Because I know you do not live here.
Who told you this information?
What's that?
Who told you this information?
That's from knowing the community. The
Okay.
street that we drive down hundreds of times every single day.
Okay.
Okay?
So you know
So
everyone
again,
that lives
listen.
here. No, I'm asking a question. You
Go
know
ahead.
everyone that lives here. You know all their friends. You know everybody. You know everybody that's doing business here. You know everybody that works here. Is that correct? And I don't.
No, that's not
And,
correct.
and I don't belong. Just the way I look there, I don't belong there, right?
People don't park right there on somebody's front lawn that don't live here. You understand that, right?
I don't answer questions, sir.
So
You keep asking questions that I don't want to answer. So
It's just a
don't,
simple
don't I
question.
have the right to not answer the questions I don't want to
You
answer?
cannot answer whatever
so
you
I
want.
remain silent. So whatever question you ask, I'll plead the fifth. I'll stay quiet,
okay.
and I'll let you do what you gotta do. Like I said, I know I'm not doing
Listen,
nothing
man.
wrong. I know I know I'm not doing nothing
No
wrong.
one's even saying you're doing anything wrong.
So why am I being
What?
detained? Why is he asking for my license when nobody has called? Nobody has told me to leave. My car wasn't off. Or was it off?
You started driving.
I'm asking, was my car?
I don't know.
You don't answer questions either?
I said I don't know.
I'm sorry, just playing. Sorry.
All right, look,
I get nervous.
I'm done with you.
Okay, go ahead. Do
Are
what
you
you
gonna
gotta do.
identify yourself or not?
What's gonna happen if I don't show any other
Well,
identification?
I can't let you leave because I don't know if you have a driver's license.
Then I'll
Does that
stay
make
here. Do you want me
sense?
to turn off the car? I'll turn it off. Keys on board. Cause sir, I haven't been told to leave. I was in the little.
Listen.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
I understand what you're saying
Okay.
as far as you haven't been told to leave and that, you
know,
were just parked here.
I'm sorry to
However,
interrupt you. Last time I spoke to you, Chief, he told me that nobody should have kicked me out of that place, that I was in a public place. I was kicked out of it.
Okay.
So my thing is this. Who took you saying just because of your knowledge of the people that live here? Now, where's the sign that I said that I can't park there to turn around to do anything?
Listen.
Now, I was gonna finish, but I'll let you.
I understand where you're going with this, all right? And you have a valid point, okay? As far as, are there no trespassing signs posted on the property? I don't see any, okay? So I'll agree with you on
What
that.
if I was looking for land?
Listen.
What if I'm looking for information to buy?
Then let me ask you this.
Which I am, by the way. But go ahead.
Let me ask you this, okay? Just, again, we can play this game all day.
I'm not
all right?
playing no games, sir. This is my life. I have to be sure of what I.
Are you going to let me talk or are you going to
Go ahead.
continue? All right. However, most people, when they come into contact with law enforcement, all right, will state, hey, what are you doing here? You're on private property. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I will be leaving. Okay? You understand that? Or they'll say, oh, well, I'm checking out this land because I'm interested in buying it and I saw this for sale.
I'm playing the fifth every time you ask
You
a
know
question. So if I stay quiet, I don't want you to
Listen,
think
man,
it's. No, I'm
you're
just saying.
really not worth my time. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay? Because
I feel sorry for that, bro.
I mean, you're really not.
Okay.
Okay? You need to leave.
I'm
all
trying
right?
to leave. As soon as your cop pulled behind me, I tried to leave. He didn't even have to say anything.
Listen.
As soon as he pulled behind me, I knew that it was going to be a problem, that I was parked there, that because he said I was parked. So I tried
So if
leaving.
you knew
I
that-
wasn't going to go.
if you knew you were doing nothing wrong-
Let me finish. I wasn't going to go back because he was blocking my path.
Gotcha.
At that point, what am I going to do? There's another exit. So nowhere says you can't drive through there to here. There's nothing. And then if people didn't want
Your involvements.
Mine.
Yeah, on this tag. I understand what you're saying. All right? I'm just, again, this is twice.
I know you're explaining in
You know what I
circles.
mean?
I understand.
And-
But at this point,
but you
we're
don't
stuck.
understand.
We're stuck because I'm not showing ID.
we have
If
the-
I don't have a reason to show you ID, I'm a plead the fifth to every question you ask. So,
But see-
like I said, do what you need to do. I'm not stopping you from doing nothing. If you,
But see, we're not, again, like, I look at things as we can play this, but you're really not worth my time. Honestly.
so can I leave?
You're not worth me ripping out of your vehicle. Okay?
I'll get out. You don't have to
You know
do
what I'm
that.
saying? I'm just saying,
If
it's
you
not
tell
worth
me to
it.
get out, I'll get out. You don't have to rip. You don't have to threaten me with ripping me out of
Well,
the
I'm
car.
just letting you know if like that's what you're looking for, like for this to escalate any further, it's not going to.
Why would I want to
Okay.
be ripped out of my own car?
Because that's what some people do, all right?
Okay. I'm not most
they do
people.
this to get a reaction from us. Again, dude.
I was
like,
enjoying my lunch break. The last
Dude,
thing I
that's what
want
you said the
the
last
last thing I
time.
want to be doing is to be talking to you on my lunch break. I only get an hour for lunch break. Right now, I'm gonna have to clock in, so I'm gonna have to start charging you by the minute because I have to be working somewhere else. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. There's guides that you have to follow, so I'm making sure that you stay by it.
Yeah.
Now, if
So
you tell
even-
me I have to do something because if not you'll arrest me, then I'll do it.
you'll
say
get it.
those words, and then threaten me with arrest. If I don't show you my ID, then I'll show you my ID.
Well, that's ridiculous.
It's
but-
ridiculous, right? Because you know what's gonna happen after. I'm gonna have to go make a complaint on what's your badge number?
My
And your-
badge number,
and your-
9744808.
What's your badge number, sir? And what's your badge number, sir? And your name, please?
Corporal Humbert.
And your name and badge number, sir? It's blocking. DiCarlo. That's Italian.
You're correct. Are you still on Hayward Boulevard?
And can you ask for the badge number of your officer and the name, please? Because he's the one that pulled me over. If you could.
Yeah, this
please.
is PFC T-Boat.
Again, the same person.
Yeah. So
I don't answer questions. Whatever question you gotta ask, I play the fifth, sir.
that's fine. You can plead the fifth.
Okay, thank you.
I told you that from the get-go. All right.
And I've been saying.
I'm just trying. You said you wanted to talk to me.
Because your
So I came here.
your officer is detaining me.
Yes, and I explained to you why, right?
And am I free to
Reasonable
go?
suspicion.
Am I free to go?
It would help. Now listen,
Answer my question and then you can go. Am I free to
No.
go?
you haven't answered a single one of my questions to dispel our myth
Because
that
I'm
there's
not.
any
I'm
type
not.
of criminal
I don't have
activity
to.
afoot.
If
Okay?
I call a lawyer right now, stay quiet. Don't say nothing.
Yeah.
So why am I
So
gonna
let me
go?
ask you this.
Let me
Maybe
finish.
you could answer this
But
one
let me finish.
without incriminating
Let me
yourself.
finish. So why am I gonna go against the advice my lawyer tells me when I'm talking to an officer?
Mm-hmm.
My thing is to let you do what you need to do. I'm letting you. I don't want to speak to you. I didn't want to speak to him. Then he says, "Oh, you want to go the route? Give me your ID." So at that point, when I asked him, "Am I being detained?" He said, "Yes."
Yes.
So now I want to speak to
Yep.
you.
Yep.
That you're his supervisor.
Yep.
Correct.
Correct. And then
So
you
que-
understand
now-
I said the
let me
same
finish,
thing,
let me
correct?
finish. If you don't tell me I'm free to go, and if I'm being detained, tell me why, and if not, and after that, I'll talk to your supervisor.
I told you why you're
Okay.
being detained.
Am
and
I
now
free
you
to go?
expect me to let you drive off
No, I
without
don't-
verifying that you have a good driver's
I don't
license.
expect you to do nothing, sir.
That's what you're asking us to
But your job.
do. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So if I don't show you my license, what's gonna happen? You're gonna keep me here all day?
no,
Am I gonna miss work?
I'm going to tell you not to drive.
Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to drive right now. You're gonna stop me from driving.
What's that?
You're gonna stop me from driving.
You can make your own decisions.
So can he
Is
move
on a
his car
customer
so I
number
can?
or what?
He's got a customer number.
What's his name?
Mr. Control.
Contreras? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, like again, am I free to go? Well, not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
What are you waiting for right now so you can let me go?
To make sure the vehicle's clear and
Okay. I'll be waiting for
see
that.
who's-
Can I get out? Because it's hot and
Yeah,
the
you
sun
can
is...
get out, come on
As long as you're detaining me, I'd rather not stay in the car. I'm going to close the window because... Second time I'm being stopped. Missed my lunch for Mr. Tebow here. So the second time I'm gonna play more by my rights. Last time I gave my rights away, not this time. Would you agree with that, sir? Or are you not listening? Not listening. Fine.
All right. So here's where we're at. Okay. Again, you're not worth any type of lawsuit, use of force event, anything like that. All right. So
Are
if you
gonna
listen,
threaten me with that?
are you going to listen to me?
I'm trying to.
Okay.
Without you
So,
threatening me, and then
If
I
you
get
don't
hyped.
have a driver's license,
Uh-huh.
which you know for fact, yes or no, okay, then I would not drive. That's my advice to you. Take it, leave it, okay? Because when we stop you on a traffic stop, if that happens, you are required to identify yourself, okay? You understand that,
I
correct?
don't answer questions, sir.
Okay,
I told
of
you
course
any
not.
questions you
Anyways,
ask.
you
let me
can
finish.
listen.
Let me finish my answer.
No, let me finish.
Okay, I'll let you finish.
Since we can't make contact with that homeowner right now to verify that you're allowed to be here, all right? You can sit here until they get home. Sit here.
So can
All
I
right.
leave? Am I free to go?
You're free to go.
Can he move his car? Because he's blocking my way.
He's
Thank you.
moving.
Thank you. Can I have an incident number for this, please?
Yeah, you want it?
Yes, please. I'm asking
Central
for it.
514. Hey, the VIN number?
And can I get the name of your supervisor, please?
Lieutenant Jenkins.
Thank you so much.
The VIN number, please.
Can I get your card? Can I get your card, please?
22 Hotel
you have a card?
12758.
you
No,
have
I
a
don't
card?
have a card.
Does anybody here
If
have a
you'd
card?
like it written down, I could write it down for you.
Does it? Yes, I want that. But also, I'm asking, does anybody here have cards, personal cards, that you're supposed to give to
No.
to people? I'm
We
just
don't.
asking. I don't know.
We don't.
I'm ignorant to when it comes to that. That's what I'm asking.
Well, you seem to know everything else.
Oh,
So,
thank you, bro. I'm Catholic.
write it down for
I
you.
study a lot, you know.
well, you obviously don't. Okay.
So
'Cause
where am I wrong?
What's that?
Teach me. Where am I wrong?
Because let me tell you where you're wrong.
That I'm keeping you
If
here?
officers have reasonable suspicion, all right, that criminal activity may be afoot, such as trespassing is a property crime. Okay?
Yes, man.
You are required to identify yourself. You understand that, right?
I don't answer questions.
Of course not.
Invoke your right to remain silent, ask am I free to go, and cite that you're not suspected of a crime. If they demand ID without cause, insist on a supervisor and jot down badge numbers. Master these steps to turn unlawful detainment into a lesson in your favor. So how would you react in that situation? Don't miss out, keep watching to see how following the right steps can turn a tense moment into an opportunity. Imagine strolling up to a federal post office with your camera rolling, only to be met by overweight officers lecturing you on feelings, instead of law claiming businesses can discriminate against filming and demanding you vacate public space. In today's Clip Watch, these fat idiot cops get absolutely schooled for trying to enforce emotion over the First Amendment.
He calls you, but there's nothing going on. I said they called you, but there's nothing going on.
People uncomfortable and myself. That's all. It's been like an hour at least.
No, it hasn't. But you know what statute that is? Uncomfortability?
Okay, you're just recording to record?
That's it?
You're recording just people coming in to record them?
I'm recording anything I can see in a public standpoint.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you left your stamp over here that you gave.
Oh, I might have. Actually, thank you. Appreciate it. Is there an issue?
How's your day going?
Can I get your name, badge number?
Yes, Officer Wiswell. I don't have a badge number.
You don't have a badge number?
No, we don't.
Even I have a badge number.
What do you have?
869.
What is that?
It's my badge number.
For where?
Yeah, I don't know if you could see.
I don't have my glasses on.
I don't know. It says, shiny badges don't grant extra rights.
I don't get that.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Okay.
Name, badge number?
Well, I don't appreciate the derogatory mark. Okay?
Name and badge number, ma'am, please.
Sorry, guys. I didn't have
It's Officer Stout. She doesn't have a badge.
She could identify herself.
Excuse me.
I think she could speak for her. I think I'd like. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the. Okay. Right. Stout.
Yep.
Badge number. ID number.
I don't.
Serial number. Nothing. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. So,
I don't need to be told what to do,
No,
what
no,
not to
that's
do.
fine.
I think you need to tell them what I can and cannot do.
okay.
I think that's more important.
All right, I get that.
Okay.
I understand that. Okay. But your overall general purpose is here just to film people, right? Correct. Just,
People?
you educate me as to why you're here.
I'm just recording anything I can see in public
Why?
because I can, and I think you know that.
Okay, I get
And
that.
if you don't, you're ignorant
No, I get that, but
So
why
that's
the post
all-
office?
because it's federal
Okay, I get that.
and it's public,
Huh, it is.
and they can't trespass me no matter how uncomfortable they get.
What's your end goal?
You to leave.
Hmm?
You to leave at this point.
That's your end goal for the day.
As of right now, yeah.
Okay, you gonna be here all day?
I could be here until closing if I'd like.
Okay,
Are you going to trespass me?
not yet.
Is there a crime that I've committed?
Not yet.
I think you should leave.
Oh, well,
And I think you should educate the staff here and go about your day.
I get that.
Okay.
All right, I do get that. But let me just ask you this.
Yep.
Okay.
I may or may not ask. Answer the question.
Well, you don't have to.
I know I don't. I know my rights. Because I have rights that I don't have to answer questions to you.
Yeah, but you can go exercise your rights walking down the street, video recording people.
It's no different here.
Okay, but you chose to be here
I did.
for a reason,
For my reasons. Yeah.
which are
I'm not going to explain that to you.
because you have no reason.
Because I don't have to explain anything to you.
Why?
I'm done answering your questions.
Okay, I'm just asking questions.
And I'm not going to answer anymore.
Okay.
Unless I'm being suspected of a crime or under arrest, I'm not going to answer
If
any
they
questions.
tell you to leave,
No, that's not how that works.
listen to me.
No, I'm not going to listen to you. You're dismissed.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Yes,
Okay.
you are.
in a public or private place,
I'm
if
gonna
you are
walk
asked
away.
to leave and you do not,
That's not true.
it's called trespass.
No, it's not. As long as I haven't committed a crime, that's not true.
If they ask you to leave,
They have to have a legal purpose.
no, they don't.
They do.
They may not like your shoes.
That's discrimination. You should probably look at the Postal 7 rules and regulations. I suggest you do that.
Okay.
Go do
Well,
that.
Main Title 17
Okay, no.
says if they ask you to leave and you don't leave,
We're on federal property, buddy. Okay, we go by federal statute, not city and state. Yeah, come here. Let me educate you, buddy. Yeah, come here.
go ahead and read it to me.
Oh, no, you could read.
No, go ahead. I don't
No,
have
you can read.
glasses.
I'm not going to read it to you. This is for you. Right there. Photographs for news, advertising, commercial purposes. Let's not escalate this.
To commercial purposes?
It says photographs for news and or commercial purposes.
In which are you?
I am registered media.
Okay. Do you have your credentials?
We have a First Amendment right to freedom of the press.
Okay.
Stop it,
Most
dude.
press-
Stop
most
escalating
press I
this.
deal with
Stop
have
escalating.
credentials.
Don't escalate this any more than we need
I'm
to.
not escalating it.
Go look at the rules and regulations and then leave.
I get it.
That's it.
But I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I don't need you to tell me anything. I haven't said a goddamn word to anybody in here.
fine.
They
I
feel
haven't said you have.
they feel uncomfortable, okay? That is not against the law.
True.
Okay?
Very true.
That's it. I'm not obstructing the doorway, not being disorderly. I'm not going into any restricted areas. Okay? I'm not even talking to the staff unless I have business, which I have already conducted.
Which you
And
understand.
I may or may have more business to conduct. But that's on my accordance, not yours or theirs.
Okay.
Right now, I'm exercising a First Amendment right to freedom of the press in a public federal building where you have no jurisdiction.
Okay.
So if you have any problems, I suggest you call FPS.
Well, I want to see the media that you propagate so I can read it.
No. I don't have to disclose that to you. I am a free citizen under the First Amendment right to freedom of the press. We don't need credentials.
Okay.
Does that satisfy you?
No, it's fine.
Your
I mean-
ego? Does that satisfy your ego?
I don't have an ego.
It sounds like you do because you are under the impression, okay, that just because they feel uncomfortable, they could ask me to leave. You're right. Anybody could ask anybody to leave any area, okay? But this isn't a private business. This isn't a private entity. This is a federal building, which is public, open to the public.
Yep.
Okay? They have poster 7s. They have DHS memos stating that I could be here to record on federal property in lobbies, foyers, and corridors. If you look at the rules and regulations, you'd have a better understanding of that. But you don't study federal law, as far as I'm concerned. You were citing city and state statutes.
Correct.
That doesn't apply on federal property.
Okay.
Cut it out, dude.
All right. So,
Come on. So I'm going to go back to do what I was doing.
Post office closes at 5.
I know what time they leave. I'm going to stand there and do what I was doing. Not going to interfere. If I need business, I'll ask them. If they call you again, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, if they call again.
Then you can come and you could assess the situation. But as far as I'm concerned, I could be here as long as they're uncomfortable. It doesn't matter to
Don't bother
me.
people. Don't harass people.
Well, like they just called the police on me.
I have no idea who called, honestly.
I do.
I don't. Just don't harass anyone.
Okay. Well, they're harassing me. Do you have a call for service number on this?
Yep. I'll have to get it.
Can you please?
Yep.
I'll walk you out. I'll follow you. Oh, well, it's tough.
It's not tough.
It is tough.
Issue warning for disorderly conduct.
Oh, really?
Okay?
Who's it complaining? You?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
That's not even legal.
Sure is, but
Yeah?
look it up.
Yeah, oh,
Listen.
really? Really? Why? I can't.
Don't walk behind me.
Do something.
Don't walk behind me.
Do something. You got a body cam on?
Yes, I do.
Good. When were you going to tell me that?
I don't have to.
You don't, huh? It's not in your policy?
No.
It isn't?
No.
Wait till the complaints and phone calls come in on you, buddy.
Go ahead.
They will.
I don't have to.
Okay.
It's a one-party state.
I am-
If you knew that, you'd know.
I am going to walk right behind you.
Okay,
You know why? Because you don't like
Get
it.
the number.
Hey, go get the number. Do what you're told. Prick. Disorderly conduct? Really? For swearing? That's not a First Amendment freedom of speech?
Oh, sorry about that. Go ahead.
Really? You want to arrest me on it? You want to arrest me on it? You want a ninth?
Right in my Bible.
Yeah, I can't tell you to f*** off.
Which civil
I
right?
can't tell you to f*** yourself. I can't tell you that.
But these people don't want to hear it. I'm sure this young lady here doesn't want to hear it.
She may or may not. Look, if she's recording, she's exercising her rights.
But she doesn't want to hear you swear.
I can swear all I want. It's not fighting
offends
words.
her-
They are not fighting
It
words.
doesn't have to be offensive.
Yes, they do. Offensive to an
words.
officer, you can take criticism. That is the law.
I understand.
You can take.
I understand that. You can swear at me all you want.
I can. Oh, just not in front of somebody.
Lodges the complaint. complaint. It says that she doesn't like your offensive words or gestures, and it becomes disorderly.
So is that my warning? In front of a... Okay, I'll take the warning.
Yes.
I'll take the
Okay.
warning.
So if this young man here gets offended, then that's a
Oh, really?
Okay.
I would love it.
All right.
I took the warning.
Have a good day.
Yeah, she's offended. Yo, man, you're walking on thin ice, buddy.
No. We'll see.
Yeah. So what? There's no statute stating you have to tell somebody that there's you're recording?
No.
No. You scared?
No, I don't want you behind me.
Why?
Because I don't like people
Why?
behind me.
Why?
Why?
You don't like being flanked?
No, I don't.
You know?
No.
Oh, we don't either.
Well, then don't.
Oh.
Okay? Stop.
Stop what?
All right? Just
You
stop.
want to play Ring Around the frickin' Rosie?
No, you're just being irritated.
Let's play a Ring Around the Rosie.
No.
Come on. You want to sing it
You're
with
just
me? You want to
trying-
hold
you're
hands?
trying to incite
I am.
something. You're trying to...
You've already done it.
All right.
You've already done it.
Go back inside.
No, I
Get your
will.
number,
I don't
bring
need
it
you to
back
tell
in
me
here.
anything.
Okay.
I'll tell you what to do.
You're okay.
Yeah, that's why you're going to leave in a minute, and I'm staying.
No.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah, we will.
All right.
We will.
Right here. What's your name?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Not my legal name.
Now, your government.
But I don't have to identify myself to you anyway, so. What, they didn't give you enough training for officer safety?
Oh, yeah.
Is this it? Is this your training? See, I like using it against you.
Please tear it off.
Yeah, hurry up. He's uncomfortable. You're a joke.
Okay.
Okay. You got a business card?
Nope.
Got a business card, Stout?
I do not,
No. Interesting. That's the call for service number? Great. Is that FB, as in Frank? In Boston? Frank Bravo? Okay, cool. Yeah. Wow, you park like an asshole, huh? Is that legal tint? Oh, you got the blue liners on.
Ouch. Thank you.
I'm not touching your vehicle.
Yeah, you can't see that.
Oh, but I did. Maybe you should close it and stop obstructing the roadway here. Are you guys riding together? Are you his ride along?
What's that?
Are you his ride along? Oh man, look at blue liners. There you go. That explains it. See you later. What are you in training, Stout?
Public federally owned spaces aren't private feeling zones you don't need permission or face vague discrimination claims. Calmly cite your First Amendment right to record, ask which law they're enforcing, and if they persist, request a supervisor and note badge numbers. Knowledge and composure turn unlawful orders into teachable moments. So how would you react if faced with such a situation? Keep watching to see how this dad's quiet resolve and outright refusal to play along leave these idiot cops stumbling and marching off in defeat. Imagine you're simply sitting with your child camera in hand, minding your own business, when officers swoop in, proclaiming answer our questions or stay detained, despite no crime being committed. In today's clip watch, as this dad's quiet resolve and outright refusal to play along leaves these idiot cops stumbling and marching off in defeat.
I know, sir.
Okay. There's someone just flagged me down and said there's a gentleman with a kid that are acting suspicious. Just sitting here.
I don't know how sitting is
Okay.
acting suspicious.
Okay, so all I'm asking you is, what are you doing here?
What I'm doing isn't relevant.
It is relevant.
Okay.
Okay, come on, stand up for me.
For what?
Come on, just stand up.
Why are you touching me, sir?
Stand up, come over here.
Why are you touching me?
You have ID on you?
I do have ID.
Okay, let me see your ID.
Sir, I'm not
Okay.
required to produce ID unless I'm being suspected of committing a crime.
170 Sam, you buying LTAC?
I don't understand how sitting here waiting
Because
for
all I'm trying to do is communicate with you
and
find out what you're doing here.
I told you, sir, I'm waiting for a friend.
Okay, but why are you here?
Because I'm waiting for a friend.
Okay, not good enough.
How is that not good enough, sir? I've answered your question.
1031, 170 Sam.
170 Sam LTAC.
Can I have your name and badge number, sir?
Yep, in a minute. It's right there if you want to film it. You can film it.
Boy, and your badge number?
Right there, you can tell me.
69.
170 Sammy Violate. Hey, can you not let him beat me at Cedar Bluff and Rothrock, please? I got an unco-op citizen.
I don't understand again how I'm uncooperative. I've answered
You're
your
not
question.
answering the simple questions that I'm asking. You're not answering.
I've already answered your question,
No,
sir.
You didn't. You did not tell me why you're here.
I don't have to tell you why I'm here,
Okay,
sir.
well, that's the issue we're having.
But I don't have to. I'm not
That's the
required
issue
by
we're
law
having.
to tell you why I'm
I
here.
didn't say you were.
Okay, so
But
then
as
why?
as a normal citizen, someone who would like to keep the neighborhood safe, you should just give me simple answers so I can leave.
I gave you a simple answer,
No,
sir.
that's not the answer I'm looking for.
That doesn't matter what you're looking
Yeah,
for,
hey, can
sir.
you come down to Rothrock and Cedar Bluff?
Yeah, copy for me, so.
Hey, when you were down here earlier on Cedar Bluff, did you contact anyone?
No, sir, the house empty.
All right, I got a guy and a young kid down here that are refusing to give me any information, and apparently don't have any reason to be here. So, come on down here for me.
Sir, I've given you a reason why I'm here.
No, you know what it is? You're just being a jerk.
I'm not being a
You are
jerk,
being
sir.
a jerk, bro.
Standing up for my rights isn't being a jerk.
It's not standing up for your rights.
Sir, it absolutely
it's
is.
cooperating with me to keep the community safe, to tell me why you're here and why you don't belong here.
How do you know that I don't belong here, sir?
That's what I'm asking you.
I've already given you an explanation of why I'm
Sitting
here.
here waiting for your friend is not a good enough answer.
So sitting...
You can't tell me where you have a car here?
That's not relevant, sir.
Okay, that's the problem we're having. You're totally uncooperative.
It's not uncooperative,
It is
sir.
uncooperative.
Am I legally obligated to answer your questions?
No, you're not.
Okay, so then what is the problem?
Because it just goes to show you that you're a troublemaker.
It's not a troublemaker,
You
sir.
are.
I've never been arrested. I've never
And
been in
you're
trouble in my life.
You're setting a very poor example for this young kid right here.
To teach my son how to stand up for his rights?
It's not about standing up for your rights.
Sure it is.
It's about standing up for the community. My job is to keep the community safe.
And I applaud you for trying to do your job.
You're giving me zero information of why you're here.
I've given you information,
you don't live
sir.
Here, right?
Do you know that I don't live here?
No, but I've asked for your ID and you won't give it to me.
Because I'm not obligated to give you my
then
ID,
this
sir.
is the issue we're having.
Sir, I'm not
There's
obligated.
obviously I'm not saying you're obligated.
Okay,
but
so then...
we've run into an issue here where you're being uncooperative, not giving me the information I'm asking.
I've answered every question you have, sir.
Okay, we'll just wait here and see
That's fine.
what my sergeant wants to do.
That is absolutely fine, sir. I have no problem talking to your sergeant.
Great.
I don't understand how...
You do understand. You're just being difficult.
It's, sir, being difficult, I mean, is it my obligation to not be difficult?
Well, when I'm just trying to simply do my job and you want to be disrespectful...
I wasn't
and rude,
disrespectful
okay,
at all.
let me-
I've called
let me
you sir.
rephrase that.
I've
If
been very
you just don't want
respectful.
to give me the information I'm looking for...
I've answered every question.
No, you don't. No, you're not.
Sir, I have. I've
asked
answered
you where
every...
you live, you say it's not relevant. I've asked for your ID, you won't give it to me. So that's the issue.
I'm not obligated to identify myself unless I'm being detained for
Okay,
a crime.
well, you may be here shortly if it's...
For what?
If it's gonna,
Am I detained right now?
No, you're not.
Okay, son, let's go.
Okay.
Nate,
Hit the
get
road.
up.
Hey, good luck in the future, young man.
Yeah, it's great.
That's in the
Nate,
poor example.
let's go.
How's it going, man? We meet again.
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Hey, you got some ID on you real quick?
What's that? Is that a gang sign of some kind?
No, it's identification.
For what?
The post office called, said that you're taking pictures and stuff, and they're kind of feeling uncomfortable, so we want to ID you to make sure you're okay. And
Not unless I've broken a law, sir.
what's that?
Not unless I've broken a law.
Well, you're making people feel uneasy and stuff like that, so we just want to identify you to make sure everything's okay.
That'd be code 34285 3.5?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, when you tell me what crime I've committed, I'm obligated.
You haven't committed a crime.
Then I'm not
okay?
obligated
But
to ID.
why are you taking pictures and stuff? You're making people feel uneasy. See what I'm saying? When we get called to something, we got to serve protected people, right? So when they call us and they're concerned about somebody, okay? But I don't need that, okay?
My Fifth Amendment right.
Okay.
You're being live streamed.
What's that?
You're being live streamed.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. You
Audio and video
recording.
recorded. I know I can.
I'm just telling you.
I'm simply letting you know.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay. Here, you want to read it?
No, I don't need to read it. I'm just telling you why I'm here.
Then you know my Fifth Amendment.
What's that?
You know my Fifth
Correct.
Amendment. Okay.
Right. But when we get called a suspicious person, sir.
What? Now, is that a misdemeanor or a felony, sir?
What's that?
Is that a misdemeanor or a felony?
You haven't committed anything. But I'm just trying to
I
figure
don't
out
have to ID.
who you are.
You can call me good citizen. You can call me whatever you want. You can call me bright guy with a camera. I'm not hiding in the bushes.
I didn't say you were hiding in the bushes.
Well, I don't know what they said.
Well, they called concerned, okay?
Well, that's their fears don't trump my rights. Are we in agreement with that?
No.
Okay. Well, that's too bad because that's the law.
Okay. Well,
I know the law, and so do you. We both know the law. And that failure to ID law only pertains to if I've committed a misdemeanor or felony.
Well, what are you doing taking pictures?
I don't answer questions.
Okay.
I have a right not to.
All right. All right. You have a good day, sir, okay?
Thank you.
Mount Even Police. Just so you know, everything's audio and video recorded. I see your license, registration, insurance, please.
What's your emergency, officer?
I would tell you that as soon as I see your license, sir.
No, it doesn't work that way, officer. What is the emergency, please?
I'll tell you as soon as I see your license.
Doesn't work that way,
Did
officer.
you see me with my light behind?
I did see you with your lights behind. So, I'm traveling.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
So, it's my right to travel unimpeded by the police, unencumbered by Fourth Amendment rights, written right in there. And I know you guys don't fucking stand this, and it's bullshit that you want to come and pull me, a fucking citizen, over, so you can just let me go on my way, please.
Okay. Well, I need to see your license first.
What crime have I committed?
It's not a crime, it's an infraction.
It's not, well, fraction, statutes and infractions. Look up your 14th Amendment. It states infractions mean nothing to me.
I need to see your license, sir.
You do not need to see my license.
I do need to see your license.
You don't need to see, what crime have I committed?
It's a traffic offense. It's not a crime.
You tell me what crime I committed, I'll show you my license.
It's a traffic offense. It's not a crime.
Traffic offense, statutes and ordinances are not legal. It's unlawful what you're doing right now. I just went through the same bullshit in Medford.
Oh, okay. So, I need to see your license.
You're not going to see my license. I'm not giving you because I've not committed a crime. And it's my right, my fucking right, not to show you my license. Unless I've committed a crime. And don't tell me I'm obstructing you from anything, because that's a secondary offense. I'm not obstructing you from anything. You pulled me over. You pulled me over. I got 1minute 24 seconds so far on my clock. You have 20 minutes to complete your investigation. Complete your investigation so I can be on my way. My Fifth Amendment right, I do not need to be part of your investigation. It's your investigation. Do what you want. Leave me out of it.
You want me to tell you what I pulled you over for? Maybe that would
No, I don't care what you pulled me over for, because you can't pull me over. I didn't do anything wrong.
I can't pull you over.
You can't pull me over. My amendment right is to travel unencumbered by the police. They are the exact words. Travel unencumbered by the police.
You cannot be pulled over.
It's correct. Not from you. No, because you know why? Because you're a mere corporation. Your company, Mount Ephraim is a corporation, so you're nothing but a Walmart, a Home Depot employee is all you are. Just because you carry a fucking gun, you think you're entitled to shit. You're not. Leave me the fuck alone so I can go on my way.
Just hang on a minute, okay?
Okay. And if you're going to do it, just give me your supervisor too. I want a sergeant, I want at least a sergeant. If you're going to play this bullshit, bring out a sergeant. Sergeant, not a fucking idiot corporal either. You're going to tell me my phone, because I picked my phone up because it was fucking glaring off the sun. I picked it up and stuck it on my thing. Fuck you. Have I committed a crime?
No.
May I be on my way?
No. You're detained for a motor vehicle violation, which is not a crime. It's a traffic violation.
Which is a violation. Which statutes and violations are not any kind of criminal offense. They're only made up by you. This is why they stopped the Chevron doctrine. Of course, you know the Chevron doctrine. Well, you know. So listen, it's changing, but it's fine. So you guys are corrupt. You work for a corporation. So what happens is, I'm a free man traveling. I'm not New Jersey. In New Jersey, that's right. And it doesn't. I can travel. And I can travel interstate. I can go from state to state anywhere I want. It's my 14th Amendment right, my Fourth Amendment right, that I can travel within these lanes. It's actually.
Sir, I'm not going to waste my breath because you believe in what you believe, and me telling you what is right and what's legal.
It's not right.
Change your mind.
It's not right. It's not legal. It's unlawful.
Summons will be coming, and you can fight it in court where you know.
I'm not going in court.
I'm not arguing with you because I'm not going to change your mind.
Because it's a corporation. You're a corporation.
You're under no obligation to answer police questions unless they can articulate a suspected crime. Calmly ask, am I under arrest or free to go? If no charge is specified, invoke your right to remain silent. And if they persist, request a supervisor, and note every badge number turn their unlawful detainment into undeniable proof of your rights.